Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alpha here, and today I'm taking on the God of the Seaways. So this dungeon is actually it's live at the day I'm posting this video. So hopefully it could be used as a guide for you or something. I don't know. I decided to run it. I woke up this morning, had to be up early for work. You could see I actually kept the phone bar up top there. That's 4:46 in the morning. I'm up. You know, playing my descends, getting my jewels, making it happen. It's like Mike Tyson used to, they used to ask him why I got up so early. He said, "Oh, cause I go out running when my opponent's sleeping, and it gives me an edge. So I'm making combos while you sleep." Uh, no, I had to be up early for work and saw that for some reason I'd never done this before. I had done it as part of the Descend challenge, but never as the actual Descend. Anyways, hopping into this Descend here, I make a few kind of dumb mistakes here, so that's the other reason I left in the time up top, to give me a built-in excuse for why I'm playing so poorly. Um, but this first mech guy, he's got a decent amount of hit points. It's actually 1.8 million, but he skips a few turns, and he's not too difficult. He'll give that increased blue skyfall, which realistically can kind of help a team like an Awoken Sakuya team because you're more likely to get a skyfall combo, which will boost up your attack multiplier. Um, that Baron guy, he doesn't do anything. He heals you up. He's got low HP. He's really not too hard. So these guys, these are the first places where you could kind of trip up if you're not careful. The Shieldras, even though they look kind of dorky, they hit for about 8,000. And the Minotaur will also do a pretty large attack. Let me find out the exact amount, actually. Let's see. Minotaurs. 11,000. 11,000 attack. Under 40% is a 16,000 attack. So you can see if some of that stuff is lined up, you're going to get knocked out. You're going to be done. So I think somewhere's in there I probably just missed a combo or something. I don't know. Like I said, I've got a few bad turns in here where I used the wrong skill by mistake. I miss boards that can be activated. So please excuse the poor playing. It could be a good guide for what not to do if you're running this dungeon today. Anyways, this guy, I think, do I have everything here? Yeah, I think this is when I take this guy out, and there we go, and we'll cascade into the heal too. So the Shielders, obviously, they're about to kill me, so I had to take them out and got a big enough combo that the Minotaur went down as well. So moving on, we have the Kraken next round, and the Kraken will preemptively bind your green cards. This is when the dungeon starts to get a little bit tricky, and that's because you're going to get green cards bound on a couple occasions. You're going to have monsters that create jammers, and you're going to have monsters that take certain colors and change them into other colors. So if you're using a color match team like this, you could end up with the inability to activate your attack multiplier. So you can see there is a random bind after that first bind, and of course it binds one of the cards. That gives me, it's my green card again. So I'm just kind of working my way through this. Not too difficult. There's an attack. The highest one is under 50%. It'll be a 23,000 attack. So at full HP, you can see I would actually survive it, but I did not have full HP at that time. I get up to the 23,000, but again, I'm not activating here. I'm actually running the dungeon blind. I'm sitting, having some morning coffee. Decided to use some stamina, try the Descend, see what happens. This is enough to take out Kraken. It's not too difficult of a monster. So Chimera, you're going to get 2 random Chimeras. This is floor 5, and you can see I'm actually checking there because I want to make sure I take these guys out in one turn. Even though they look like some My Little Pony kind of things, they're actually pretty nasty. They've got a 15,000 attack and under 75%, depending on what color you have, 19 to 21,000 attack each. So you got to get rid of those guys, or they'll bind you up. They're just nasty, nasty run enders, even though they look kind of silly. So right there, that was one of my big mistakes. I missed a board that I could activate on with Apollo, and that sets up, a few minutes of playing, match the jammers and whatever else. He blinds the boards, he makes jammers. You can see I list out all the stuff right up above here. He does a bunch of different stuff. He has all skills. He doesn't have a default attack. He'll always do one of these. So between 5,000 and 18,000 attack, making jammers, doing blinds, doing binds, all sorts of fun stuff. He just messes with your board. There's a lot of that kind of going on in this dungeon, where you got guys that just mess with your board and make it hard to activate or take away your orbs, whatever it is. Okay, so let's see. Do we have a board we can activate on here? Yeah, we've got a board we can actually activate. So you can see I'm pretty much running pretty standard, stacking here, where, I was trying to make horizontal matches of 3 and trying to get as many as possible. That's kind of the name of the game with Awoken Sakuya. You could go for TPAs. Sakuya has TPAs, Light Kali has 2, Dark Kali has TPAs. But and you can see right there, I should have gotten my red match and I would have been able to activate, but I just keep keep messing up. But the name of the game here is getting up the highest combo count possible, because that's going to increase your multiplier with an Awoken Sakuya team. So I'm going through here and making sure I actually do activate here, and thankfully it's enough to take out Hermes. We have Apollo coming up right now. So you're dealing with the same kind of thing, 1.6 million HP. It's not too high, and again, you have a preemptive bind to the green. So I'm just kind of getting rid of jammers, doing whatever. At this point here, I want to just match out. I want to make sure I heal, make all the matches I can, and hope to get rid of some more jammers. Nothing really too interesting happening here. It's, there we go, get rid of all that crap. More jammers, not killing. So at this point, I kind of realized that things are not looking good. I can heal up. I think I heal up one more time. I'm trying to figure out, you can see I'm checking what stage it is. Trying to figure out if I should use an active or not, if I should just heal up. I decide that I should just heal up, try and make some matches, see what I can do here. I manage an earth-shattering 4 combo and realize I'm in an even deeper pile of poop at this point. And I use my Light Kali to make sure I get a kill, and I try and use a Dark Izanami, but accidentally hit my Awoken Yomi. That's what happens when you don't have those skill confirmations come up, and you're not paying too much attention. So that was another kind of mistake I made there. But I'm able to take my time. Awoken Yomi's skill gives you an extra 5 seconds to make your matches. So I can go and hit my nice diagonals, get all my skills in, decide that I can actually get more combos if I go ahead and change up my light like that. And I get a nice 49x attack with Apollo still on the light. My dark's doing double, and that's definitely enough to take him out. So floor 8 here, I actually get a Jewel Invade. And this would typically be Neptune. Now, Neptune is a high defense, low HP monster. He's got 2 million defense and 44 HP. And he has a preemptive status shield, so you're not going to be able to delay him, you're not going to be able to poison him. You could use true damage, or you could spike over 2 million. Those are kind of your options. So being as I don't have any true damage here, I would be going for a spike, or if I really had to, I could actually use the gravities to knock down the hit points and then ping the rest of the way. But since I got an invade here, I'm dealing with the typical Chinese invade, which is 8,500 attack each turn, and under 20% it'll be an 18,000 attack. I get a red Skyfall there, which I think it was a red Skyfall. I didn't even see. And take out Mei Mei. And okay, so moving on to Hera Ice, she's got 1.8 million HP, so it's not that much HP, and she actually can be delayed. So if you bring a delay, this would be a great monster to use it on because her next turn, her first turn, she will bind your cards. So obviously, Awoken Sakuya would be able to get rid of that bind. But my thought was to just kill her. So I go ahead and try and match up and hope for a Skyfall, which, let's see, get that last heart. There we go. Okay, so I do 5 combos and I end up getting some Skyfalls, which actually puts us into a 64x attack. And being that she only has 1.8 million, she goes down in one shot. So that's very nice. So actually, you can see I did a lot of speeding up because this dungeon took me a while. I just wasn't thinking right, and I kept having to deal with getting jammers, binds, all sorts of stuff. So 5:05 is when I have to leave for work to get there on time, and you can see it's 5:04. So I kind of just go all in, use my Awoken Sakuya for her gravities instead of her bind clearing, which is kind of risky because Zeus does do some binding. So I'm able to put together, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combo, and get a couple Skyfalls. Get more than a couple of Skyfalls. I get some great skill falls, I should be saying, because I planned all those orb placements, hit a 100x, and there goes Zeus. That's about it. So that is that, guys. Hopefully, this dungeon is up all day at the time of this posting, so maybe that'll give you an idea of how to run it, how not to run it, depending on how you look at the quality of that run. I wouldn't say it was too strong, but it'll give you a good idea, and hopefully you can run through, either get a stone, get a clear, get some jewels, whatever you're trying to achieve there. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe. We're getting close to 200 subscribers, which is awesome. So hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot of great content lined up, and I'm excited to get it out to you. I'll see you next time.